Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Gita Mahatmyam, verse 3. Maline mochanam punsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrit gita mrit snanam sansara malanashanam. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water. But if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. As part of our daily routines, we take bath every morning and many times in the evening to cleanse ourselves of the dirt, the sweat that has accumulated all day long. When you take bath, it de-stresses you, it makes you feel fresh and rejuvenates you. If you don't bathe in the morning or you don't bathe for several days in a row, then it'll become very smelly, you'll feel very dirty about yourself, isn't it? So we take bath to make ourselves feel better, to cleanse ourselves of all the external material, which is dirt, sweat, everything that has accumulated on our bodies. But this bathing only cleanses our external dirt. It does not clean the dirt which is within us. This dirt that has not accumulated only in the last day, 2 days, last 1 year, but this dirt that has accumulated over many lifetimes. And to cleanse this dirt, a simple bathing and soap will not work because this dirt is very powerful. Just like if someone has not bathed for a long time, right, and has grown a huge beard, has very dirt accumulated on him, or if you go someplace and you leave the house unattended for let's say 2, 3, 4 years and no one comes during those time to clean the house, when you come back there would be immense amount of dirt accumulated, right? And to clean that dirt, it would not just a real sweeping, the regular sweeping will not work. You will have to spend a lot of time and effort to clean it. You will need something very powerful to clean that dirt that has accumulated. So the dirt that has accumulated in our hearts over many lifetimes, how do we clean it? Sripad Adi Sankaracharya is explaining in this work. But what is this dirt in the first place? This is the dirt of ignorance, agyanta, ignorance about who we are, what is our real position, what is our real home, what is our real relationship with the Supreme Absolute Truth. Because of this ignorance, which is this dirt of this ignorance, which is covering our chitta, we are not able to see our true self within ourselves. Just like when a mirror is covered with dirt, then we are not able to see our face. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjun asked Krishna that why is it people commit sinful activities despite knowing that that act is not correct. In response, Lord Krishna says, Dhumen avriyate vahani yatha darshah malencha yatha ulben avrita garbha tatha ten idam avritam. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of lust. So, lust or immense attachment to objects of sense gratification that we have been enjoying for millions of lifetimes and still not satisfied is the dirt which is because of ignorance of our real self that prevents us from getting liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And this ignorance only leads to kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya, lust, anger, greed, attachment, laziness, pride, and jealousy. All of these are the result of our ignorance about our true self. Now, how will that ignorance go away? Ignorance will only go away when we get knowledge. And this transcendental knowledge is available in Bhagavad Gita, which Lord Krishna, starting from chapter 2, will impart to Arjun, explaining to him what is his real identity and what is his real dharma. In the 4th chapter, in the 38th verse, Krishna tells Arjun, Nahi jnanen sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yog sansiddha kalen atmani vindati. He's explaining to Arjun that in this world there is nothing more purifying than transcendental knowledge. A person who has attained complete perfection in worshipping the Supreme Lord by working without attachment to the fruit of his prescribed duty spontaneously receives such knowledge within his heart in due course of time. So knowledge is bliss. Knowledge takes the darkness of ignorance. That's why our Vedic scriptures instruct us that asto ma satgamay, tamso ma jyotirgamay, mrityor ma amritam gamay. This is from Brit Aranyak Upanishad, that we should go from ignorance towards the truth, from darkness of ignorance towards the light of transcendental knowledge, which will lead us from this fearful death to eternal life in the supreme abode of the Lord. So this transcendental knowledge is that potent water that will cleanse our dirt accumulated over lifetimes. That's why it is compared to Ganges. Ganges water is no ordinary water. As many of you have experienced, that the water of Ganges has a potency that the water of no other river has. Even scientifically it has been shown that if you keep the water of Ganges for a long period of time in a bottle as well, it will never go stale. And it cleanses, it purifies one, it can help remove so many diseases. So why is this Ganges water so potent, so powerful? Because this is the Charanamrit. This is the water that touched the lotus feet of the Lord. When the Lord appeared in the form of Vaman Dev to take away this entire world from Maharaj Bali, who actually was his devotee, but to protect the demigods, the Lord appeared and then asked the Maharaj Bali to give him land equivalent to his 3 steps. We will discuss this pastime in greater detail further. And at that time, when he expanded his body and with 1 foot he covered the entire universe, and then that the toe of his foot pierced through the covering of this universe, and a drop from the transcendental ocean, the Karunodak ocean, came inside this universe, touched the lotus feet of the Lord, and that formed the Ganges. So just like Ganges is the transcendental water that touched the lotus feet of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavad Gita are the instructions that are coming out from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Lord Himself. And in that sense, they are actually even more potent than the water of the Ganges, because the instructions of the Lord, instructions of the Guru, are the greatest prasadam. We certainly take remnants of the Gurudev, spiritual master, and the Vaishnavas with great respect, but their greatest remnant, their greatest prasad, is the instructions that they give us, because those instructions will transform our life, will bring a spiritual revolution in our life that will help us to go beyond the cycle of birth and death. Why was Ganges brought to this world? As many of you may know, it was brought by Maharaj Bhagirath, whose one of his ancestors, Maharaj Sagar, had wanted to perform an Ashwamedh Yajna, in which a horse was left, and wherever the horse passed through, and if that area's king accepted the dominion of Maharaj Sagar, then it will become part of his kingdom, otherwise they would have to fight. At one point the horse got lost, and Maharaj Sagar sent his 60,000 sons headed by the elder one, Sumati, to find the horse. These sons were very proud of their power and the opulence of their kingdom. As they were going looking for the horse, they found that the horse was tied in the ashram of Maharshi Kapil. And they said very abusive words to this great sage. When he opened his eyes, by the power of his yogic siddhis, the light that came through, the fire that came through his eyes, burnt all these 60,000 sons down. And it was explained that the only way to bring them back or to get them delivered from the sin that they had committed was if the water of the Ganges touched them. And then Maharaj Bhagirath performed very intense austerities, asked the Ganges by the desire of the Lord to come to the earth, which Lord Shiva took him on his head. So similarly, the instructions of Bhagavad Gita can deliver us by killing our pride, by killing our lusty desires, by devouring our attachments to these material things. Just like it delivered these 60,000 sons, the sacred instructions of Bhagavad Gita can deliver us. Wherever Ganges flow, that place becomes a holy place. All through the banks of the Ganges, there are so many holy places like Rishikesh, Haridwar, Prayag, Varanasi, and then ultimately Navadvip Dham, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Similarly, wherever Bhagavad Gita is kept or read, that place becomes a holy place. Gitayah pustakam yatra yatra pathaha pravartate tatra sarvani tirthani prayag adini tatra vai. As explained in Varaha Puran, all the sacred centers of pilgrimage like Prayag and other places dwell in that place where the Gita is kept and where the Gita is read. So Bhagavad Gita is all the holy places, all the tirthas personified, because Bhagavad Gita is the manifestation of the Supreme Lord Himself. And especially if Bhagavad Gita is heard and read under the tutelage of great Vaishnavacharyas like our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, by whose mercy we have received this knowledge, because the instructions of such acharyas help us understand Bhagavad Gita in the real sense. That's why it is said, Gangara parasha haite paschate pavan, darshane pavitra karo ei tomar gun. A Vaishnav has the potency by which he can purify us. So if we take shelter of devotees, if we study Bhagavad Gita in their association, then we will understand the true transcendental meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So let us bathe in this transcendental water of Bhagavad Gita every day, not just one day, every day till eternity. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, have a blessed day.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,